Big chocolate.
Big Chocolate doesn't want you to know these simple facts.
Chocolate. Chocolate is not chocolate. Fact two, chocolate is actually glue
Most
and
chocolate's
food
actually corn.
coloring.
It's corn.
It's corn.
Listen,
Everything's corn at the end of the day.
if I'm gonna cut this, but if Nestle had a public service announcement and it was just what you said, I would not be in the least bit surprised.
Well, look at what was it, Ghirardelli? They're like that premium chocolate brand that was like got outed because all of their chocolate had like wild amounts of lead or something in it. And the government was yelling at them because they had branded themselves premium chocolate, and so people were paying more for that. And they tried to argue that the people were paying more for the word premium, like the idea of it, and that the brand didn't actually claim that they were selling better chocolate. It was just like a marketing term. So people were like, "Oh, we hate you, Ghirardelli's," or like whatever that brand of chocolate was.
That's actually crazy.
That's wild.
Chocolate companies are bananas.
Actually, they're
Just
chocolate.
because you're paying extra because we charged extra for the thing we labeled premium does not mean you're actually getting premium.
The customers understood that we lied to them, okay? They wouldn't actually believe us. They just don't have another choice. And therefore, we're not liable.
I need a good segue.
Oh, the good segue is this. If you're me, you're not allowed to need to poop for more than 5 minutes because you have a dog named Millie, and she will start screaming the second she realizes you're gone too long.
Yeah, pooping, not allowed in this household.
You can poop, you just have to do it in under 2 minutes.
Is this how we want to? Is this how we're kicking it off?
This is my lived experience.
Did you know that both of my cats feel the exact same way as your dog?
Yeah.
Reggie does the same thing.
The crazy thing is, like, I'll go to take like a shower in the middle of the night, and I'm quick in there, right? She'll start barking the second I have soap in my eyes, and I'm like, girl, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and everyone's in bed and I'm in the shower and I'm gonna get in trouble because you're yelling.
You shouldn't have done that. Millie doesn't like it when you use the bathroom at night.
She's like, I'm alone and I'm scared.
Help, the world is terrifying without you.
I'm tucked into my bed and the lights are on and I'm scared because I'm alone.
You just gotta sit Millie down on the toilet and then Millie can hang out with you.
Yeah, listen, if she came into the bathroom with me, I'd let her. But she doesn't like the bathroom. She's scared of it. I think I've seen her enter the bathroom 1 time in the 15 years that we've had her.
And that's why she freaks out when you go in there, because she's like, no, it's scary. Get out.
That's the scariest place I know. You can't go in there.
I mean,
it's protection.
It's pretty good if the scariest place that she knows is your bathroom. Like that dog's had a good life.
I mean, she knows what it is too, though, because she's gone into a bathroom before and pooped on the floor when she didn't want to go outside. So she understands the assignment, and she knows why she shouldn't go in there, and it's because that's the poop room.
Beth, take it away.
Hey, so last time on Poop Room, what happened?
Not it. I did last one.
I guess I'll go. So last time we made our way through the sewers. Ernest got directions from a lady who almost shanked him.
Stiletto?
Yeah, with the stiletto. She was gonna like take out his eye. That would have been so cute. Then he could have been blind with Imelda.
Missed opportunity.
All right, yeah. So he avoided that narrowly. Got directions. We determined that we had to go to the pit, which was either a room full of balls or a ball pit. It was undecided until we got there. It was in fact both. It was a ball pit and a room full of balls. So we did make it through there unharmed. And then we got to a bunch of rooms that were in a hallway. A goop boy may have grabbed Anderson allegedly, but nobody else saw it. So it might not be true.
That absolutely happened. Don't you fucking gaslight me in this
Could have been
recap.
hallucinating because no
That-
one did see it.
It was never explicitly said by Beth.
What?
It was never
Beth neither
explicitly
confirmed
said.
nor denied it.
So
I
that
wasn't even
may-
there for that scene.
Yeah, exactly. So that may have happened. But we did find a room, knocked on the wall. Somebody pulled down all the bricks, and then they let us in. We found Imelda, who Ernest had a very heartfelt conversation with about their life, how they got to where they are now, and they had a child named Clifford. And now we're about to have a meeting with Imelda over dinner about our future plans, and also Anderson just had a revelation that the Hawthorns are related.
And that's kind of where we're picking up. Yeah, Clarissa doesn't get a whole lot much more out of you, Anderson, even though she does actively try several times to get you to finish your story. You kind of get like shuffled in with Ernest, who looks doe-eyed and teary-eyed at the same time. Abel, you and Rosier have what you can only call, for some like for no real reason, a hero's welcome. So many of the people here either know you or Rosier or the both of you, or have heard about you from someone else. Your kindness and like the way that you genuinely welcome people in has become legendary. And so many people just come over to talk to you, tell you what a good job you did, how much you've changed or impacted their life. You don't really walk another step. You just sort of get carried or hugged or like gently moved or sometimes even just picked up by somebody until you find yourself at a dinner table with Rosier, Ernest, Anderson, both of whom seemed like they have been crying recently, and Imelda, who is smiling as a series of food is laid out before you. You know, birds, tofu, burgers, things you don't recognize, things that you do. It is a feast, and it all smells delicious, and none of it looks bizarre.
This is the most delicious, least bizarre food I have seen since I got to heaven, I think.
Imelda
How
says,
did we get here?
all of this was made by the people here. None of it was generated.
That's
That's why.
That's
Rosier says,
good.
where did you get the ingredients? And Imelda goes, yeah, the ingredients were generated.
What a concept. You go to food number 3 and you ask for raw chicken,
Yeah, that
whole
we can,
bird.
we can grow our own lettuce and potatoes and carrots and alfalfa and everything, but yeah, can't grow a single animal. Not a one.
I
Anyway,
suppose that makes sense.
can I interest you in some turkey? Anderson, you sound like a
Sorry.
I'm sorry. You sound like a burger man. Can I interest you in a hamburger? Maybe a cheeseburger?
Love burgers. Yes, burgers. Great. Thank you. Imelda Hawthorne.
You're most welcome, Anderson Rivers.
And your
Here.
husband, Ernest Hawthorne.
Hawthorne. That's right. We're the
Yeah.
Hawthorns.
Not a
Usually happens when people get married, yes.
not a
Mhm.
super common last name.
Oh, maybe you've met our son. We have a son named Clifford. Clifford Hawthorne?
Can't say I'm familiar with that one.
Oh, it's too bad. He was a wonderful man. Maybe still is. I don't know. I've got carrots. She's loading her plate up.
I do.
What? Wait, what?
I know about I think fuck. I think I know
She's
your like grandchildren.
Her hand is heavy on your shoulder. She's got like an iron grip. Not unlike your wife when she's mad at you. She says, I'm sorry. You know my grandchildren?
I think I do.
She kind of squats down. She goes, so, what are their names? How many of them are there? What do they look like? What do they like? What do they like?
Ernest also gathers around.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Names: Chrysanthemum and Mouse Hawthorne.
Those are wonderful names.
Yeah. Chris, he goes by Chris, super tall, got this like really long flowing orange hair. Almost always wears like a flowery wreath around his head. And you got Mouse who's a lot shorter. Got like sort of shortish blonde hair, glasses, big glasses. Oh, there's Klaus too, your great grandson.
What?
They have. Oh my, she's crying. Oh my god, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Wow, man, the passage of time and family. I wish I could know them. Well, thank you so much for telling us about them. What kind of people are they? What do they do?
Uh
You must be really good friends if you know this much about them.
one sec. One sec. Okay. I actually got I got the amount of points I need for an extreme success in fast talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I say they're the fucking best.
Beaming. Oh, that makes me so happy. She pinches your cheek, Ernest. They must take after their grandfather, great grandfather, paternal ancestor. Oh, that makes me happy. I was so worried, and I thought, why? Clifford's obviously gonna make something of himself, and clearly his family has too, and he's got wonderful people by their side. She squeezes your shoulder again. This time, it's a lot more kind. She goes, "Thank you for telling me, Anderson. That was very kind of you, and I really appreciate that."
Yeah, you're welcome, Imelda. I'm gonna
Well,
eat my burger now.
she piles on some glazed carrots. She goes, "Here, I grew these personally, and I think that they're definitely worth writing home about." She kind of piles them on your plate and your plate, Abel, and Rosier's plate. Even though Rosier's like, "No, I don't eat food." Okay, thank you. And Ernest, she just sits down and tries to share her plate with you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're eating together.
And so as you guys are digging in, it's delicious. It tastes like a homemade meal should. Warm, like there's love involved, and maybe it's not the prettiest carrot you've ever seen, but it's homey. It's much nicer than half of the fake plastic and just wrong things you've seen since you've come here. And after a few minutes of just enjoying this dinner together, she kind of leans back and says, "So, do you guys want to tell me the real reason you guys came here? Or at least one of them?"
Well, you, to be honest.
Well, she again like kind of caresses your cheek, Ernest. She goes, "Well, I gathered that, but beyond homecomings, Abel, Rosier, and yourself, Anderson, I'm not quite sure why you're here. Are you truly just helping Ernest reunite with me for the sake of it?"
Well, I can't lie, that is genuinely a big part of what we're doing. Also, what's up with Annie Benny?
Oh, don't tell me you guys bumped into Annie Benny.
Oh, we didn't bump
We
into
did.
him. He bumped into my shins repeatedly.
And also the back of Ernest's head with a pizza bandage,
She
I
like
think.
gently kind of feels the back of your head. She goes, "Is that sauce or blood, Ernest?"
Both, probably. A little bit of
Oh.
both.
Yeah, Rosier pipes up and says, "Yeah, they dumped pizza sauce down my shirt." Melda says, "Oh, is that so? Not to worry. We're gonna be going through the corridor in a few weeks anyway."
Hey, wait.
No. I'll have words with Benjamin.
Hey, look, you know,
No. You've done plenty.
Imelda, that guy ain't right.
No, he's not. None of them are. So half the people here aren't either. Most of the people down here in the sewers, it's not their fault.
No, it's
They've
not.
either been here for so long, or they've been rehabilitated so many times. Half of them aren't the people they were when they got here. And as very annoying as their pizza raves are, and as frankly as dangerous as they can be sometimes, they've also, I hate to say it this way, I know they did quite literally assault all of you. They've never really hurt anyone before. They've been a nuisance. They've been more than a little annoying. But
I feel like I got to get your side of the story here because I was under the impression that you actually physically attacked them. Did you guys get that impression too?
No, I think I just mostly got the impression that they wanted to keep the pizza oven that Imelda also wanted.
I swear they
no,
were going on about like a war.
Oh, that's because I told them that the co-op wouldn't stop until they stopped having their raves, and so they asked if this was pizza war, and I said, if you want a pizza war, I'll give you a pizza war, and they said you can't have our oven, and I said, I'd like to see you stop me, and I think that's kind of where they got that message. But I've never raised a hand to them. I've never done anything other than threaten to take away their pizza oven. And frankly, after talking to all of you, I will be taking away their pizza oven. They've had their pizza
Oh.
oven. No.
No.
No, they kicked you in the shin, which they don't even know you. Rosier, they dumped sauce down your back for what? Because you're an angel in the sewers? I don't. You don't even need to say anything. I know. And I'm sorry, Ernest. Why was the back of your head bleeding?
You remember my in my youngin' days, I would do a flip.
Ernest, you never stopped doing backflips. Did you try to
Yeah.
backflip into the sewer?
Yeah, I did. I missed the progress portal completely, and then I fell down the stairs.
That's
So
what happened.
Yeah.
So they did not hit you upside the head. They just put a pizza there.
They were actually being very nice to me specifically because they knew I was your husband.
Oh.
So they tried to put a pizza bandage on my head. It was just was it a band-aid shaped pizza, guys, or was it just a pizza?
It was a pizza, but it was vaguely in the shape of a bandage.
Yeah, so that was in good faith, but I did not like what they did to everybody else. So if you want to take their pizza oven, I'm with you on this one. And he puts his hand on Imelda's leg. He's like, I'm with you.
She says,
don't
I
understand
appreciate
why
that.
they have a pizza oven if they just gave us a bucket of sauce.
Because
did
they
you guys
don't
get
like
sit at the
us.
kids? Yeah, you got sat at the kids' table.
You know about the
If you
kids'
have the
table?
only pizza oven, why would you not make a pizza for everyone, but just smaller?
See, that is why I wanted the pizza oven for the co-op. Because there's people here who would like to make pizzas, who would like to learn about dough and, attempt to fix deep dish. But the only working pizza oven is at the Schweitzer Hut. And, as much as, again, I said they're very annoying and frankly, oftentimes even downright rude, they just want to do what they want to do, which is make pizzas and party and eat crayons sometimes.
Well, not all of them want to party. They did actually make that quite clear to us that they would love a girls' night.
Imelda pauses for a minute and she goes, all right, I'm going to have to go talk to Sweet's Hut maybe a little earlier than I thought. Anyway, I'm not going to beat them or go to actual war with them. We just, they might not be part of the co-op, but they're residents of the sewers and we keep an eye out for them. But not if they're harassing randos and beating angels. Rosier, did they actually hit you? Or did they just dump sauce down your shirt? Rosier kind of nervously glances around and goes, I could take it as a high five to the head. And Imelda goes, no, that's okay, honey. Okay. All right. Well, the sewer staff aside, what else were you guys here for?
Right. The big number 3. Ernest, you didn't tell Imelda about the thing?
I think they were probably just having a heartfelt reunion.
You didn't...
No, I haven't told her anything about our plan yet. I'm nothing. I was waiting for you guys because I figured we would kind of want to go over how we would go about doing the plan once we spoke about it. So we're hopefully this is what you're talking about, Anderson. We're trying to get to the phone to call up my friend Goopy Frog to help us get Anderson's sibling
and
get out of heaven.
And get out of heaven. There it is.
But that's the last step, so we kind of need to do everything else.
Yeah,
first.
we got some prereqs.
Yeah.
So you need a phone to call a frog about a sibling.
Well, that's
where?
Abner's palace.
Why do you have a sibling in Abner's palace?
Look, I like you a lot, Imelda. I can't get into that again right now.
Abner kind of lost it.
Yeah,
Again,
from what
like,
I heard.
is it the Sammy thing? Is that what it
Yeah,
was? It's
and
still going on.
it's not only still going on, but it's also turned to blackmail and extortion.
He's committing crimes now?
And kidnapping.
Okay.
Did we talk about kidnapping? My sister?
Oh
Wait.
yes, Anderson and his sister are still alive, living human beings.
What?
Yeah, sorry. Did we not
How
mention
did you
that?
even get No, how did you even get in here?
This time,
This time?
was a magic hand that went on a rant and then grabbed my sister, and I sort of just went along for the ride.
What? Who's your sister?
Atticus Rivers.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, she's good people. I don't know what you've heard about her. She's actually really nice. If you met her in like 2019, I get it.
No, not that. Not that. I'm sure she's a very nice person. No, I just mean I heard about the Sammy thing the first time. I don't know why they brought her back, but I just apologize because she was announced as the human savior of heaven, and everything that followed. And then the planet broke. It was really bad.
The human save. Did I know that?
Probably not. It was a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when the whole thing happened. Right when Sammy died.
Yeah, I know. It was 3 years ago for me, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That 3 years ago. Oh.
Yeah, well,
What year
time's fucked here. All right, time's fucked.
I mean, yeah, it is. I was just curious, what year is it?
It's 2033.
Wow.
That feels like such a faraway future. Do the cars fly?
1 second.
What's a car?
It's like a carriage without
Okay.
a horse.
I
It
gotta-
pulls itself.
Normal success on fast talk, and I say yes. Yeah, they cracked it.
She turns to you, Abel, and she says, "Okay, now imagine a buggy without a horse, and it can fly. That's incredible."
Pondering this.
His idea in his mind is like, the covered wagons.
Yeah.
That, but without the cover and like no wheels, and it's just like in the air. So like more or less like a Minecraft boat.
I was imagining
he's
with
like,
hyper realistic bird wings.
They're like bird wings painted on the side or like carved into the wood.
Actually
He's not
flapping.
aware of like metal vehicles. He's like, wooden boat in the air. Interesting.
Men on the moon and now men in the air. That's incredible.
On the moon?
Right before I died, they went to the moon. Well,
Interesting.
human progress aside, that's terrible. Sorry, I'm so delighted by the idea of flying cars.
No, they're great. Yeah, they're awesome. Really got their shit together over there. What can you do to help? Well, we are getting the word out sort of on the low key about our little breakout party. What can you do to help? Okay, so we got a few items on the wish list. I don't know if there's anything you can. All right, so here's kind of what we got, right? So, in general, get the word out. We got a great guy, Henry Lane. Don't know if you've ever met him. Awesome dude. Owns a nice piece of property. We basically co-own it together. Me, Ernest, and Henry. So.
Oh, you guys went through properties?
Yeah. Anyway.
Bull
So
sitting there shaking his head now.
getting the word out. That's like number one. Number two, small issue. I have to steal from Abner.
Steal what?
Gotta get, well, one, my sister. That's very important. And two, I need a device called the Solinator. That's not actually what it's called. Anyone got the name?
The siphon.
The Siphon. Abner has a device called the Siphon that was stolen from Creation. You know Creation?
I know Calamity.
Yeah, much better. Much better than Calamity. So anyway, gotta steal that and my sister to go to Creation, drop it off, and I point at Rosier, get this guy depoisoned, which is cool.
She turns, she goes, "You're poisoned?" And Rosier goes, "Am I? I didn't eat anything."
Poisonous to humans.
Toxic.
What do you mean?
Rosier says,
like you can't like proximity is toxic.
What's the difference?
What do you mean? What's the difference?
What poisonous and toxic? What's the difference?
Are you serious?
Hang on, I'm gonna roll fast talk. Okay, I got a normal success. I say no. Obviously, I just pulling your leg. They're able. So we gotta get
poison. Poison is poisonous.
No,
at
I know.
all doses.
Yeah.
Toxic would like you can experience water toxicity. It doesn't mean it's bad.
I get it. Yeah, no, I well understood. Just a little fun. Anyway, we got to get Rosier over here detoxified.
Creation is going to do that?
Oh yeah, he is.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's see here. Getting the word out. What am I getting out the word about?
The breakout.
The breakout. What are you breaking your sister out?
No, we're leaving heaven.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. How?
Goopy teeth frog.
A froggy?
No, he's Ernest, you tell her about the frog.
Yeah, he like turns to Melda and he's like, so in my days when I was, going around adventuring, I met a really know what they are. They're in a frog costume, and this one in particular had goopy teeth. His teeth were just goo, constant goo. But anyway, he can travel through time and possibly space, maybe. So he would be our ticket out of here.
Wow, you're. I guess I shouldn't really be surprised. You made it here in the first place. You're from hell. You're not even dead. And to the welcoming committee, you're certainly an eclectic group, but if you're truly gonna get people out, then that couldn't be better for us. There's plenty of people here in the co-op, the Schweitzer Hut, and any of the other little settlements through the sewers that would love to leave. She kind of looks in your direction, Ernest. Says, I won't be leaving though.
No.
I have to.
Don't do this.
I have to wait for Clifford, my son.
What if he doesn't come here?
He will. She looks at you again, Ernest. But that's okay. It's fine. I do love my life here, and I hear one of your cats purring against the mic.
Freya, Freya, please.
I was wondering why absolutely vibe this.
I was wondering why my audio was like.
I just everyone's gonna hear like
border.
just like purring noises faintly. Like, hello, but no, Clifford is going to end up here the same way that I did. And I'm not going to go through all of it with you. It's personal family business, but that is my hard and fast and putting my foot down. I won't be going.
We could leave the doorway open for you.
That's what, yeah, I was just going to leave the door open so I could come back. I wasn't.
We could.
Not just going to leave forever.
Oh boy, this would complicate things, but what if we changed, you guys remember we talked about the calendar thing, right? And like changing the day it was? What if we got him here? What if we changed the date so that he came here?
You mean like speed up his death?
No, not technically. It would just if my understanding is that Chrysanthemum Hawthorne does not have a father. In fact, that was a huge shenanigan. I don't really have time to get into that right now. So he's already dead, I think.
She looks kind of heartbroken at that.
Sorry, but time here, right? It's not linear. So it's all, from my perspective, it's already happened. It's just he's not here yet.
No, and that's in a bizarre way. I know what you mean. It just hasn't been the day he died yet.
Right, but if we could do that, and I think we talked about it being feasible, we could get him here, and then you guys wouldn't have to stay.
If you could, I don't know how you could, but if you could somehow convince the calendar keeper to make today or tomorrow, whatever that day is, I can be ready to get him out. And then I would, and she looks at you again, Ernest. I would be happy to go. That's all I've been waiting for.
Am I sitting next to Abel?
I think you're honestly sitting next to Ernest. So if I'm picturing it like Imelda was at the head of the table, Ernest was on her left, then you, and then Abel and Rosier on the other side of the table.
Okay. I whack Abel with my prosthetic and I say, "You hear that, Abel? We're gonna convince him.
Ow. Yeah.
We're gonna totally just like fucking we're just gonna change it ourselves."
She laughs and she goes, "That's hilarious." Anyway, so what's actually your plan?
To change it ourselves. It's a calendar, right?
Have you ever
No,
been?
I think Dandy said that it was an angel that she knew.
Yeah, who changes the calendar? Who controls it? There's got to be a control mechanism, right? It's not just a guy who is a calendar.
I think you should go to the temporal convergence towers and see for yourself what it's like in there. You can request a tour.
They have tours.
They certainly do.
A lot of places have tours.
We also would have to figure out when he died.
That was my question. How are we going to figure that out?
Okay, further complication, but it's fine. I'm working through it.
I know one way. I don't think you're going to like it. And Rosier pops up and says, "Oh, please don't suggest that." And Melda says, "There's always Warwick."
People keep telling me about Warwick. They say Warwick does this, Warwick does that. So I don't like that guy.
No one does. Warwick is terrible. He's a horrible person. Well, he's not a person, he's an angel. He's a horrible angel.
But he
Don't talk
knows
to him.
he knows the people when they die. That's right. It's coming back to me now.
He's the holder of the Providence lexicon. All that ever was, will be, or wasn't.
Right, yeah,
He
the
is-
wasn't, yeah.
He is uncomfortable to speak with.
Are you sure that Clifford is going to heaven?
She looks again at you, Ernest, and says, "I am unfortunately extremely positive that my son Clifford and apparently my 2 grandsons and probably even my great-grandchild will all eventually be denizens of heaven. Unfortunately.
What if they kill?
I don't know. I don't know what would override it. I don't think it would matter, actually.
And
I don't think I was...
Is Warwick also in Tomorrowland?
Warwick? I think he's at the council.
Where's
which
the
is a part
council?
of the palace.
The palace.
The palace.
Okay. All right. So if you can get people together and we go to Warwick, go to Calendar Man,
Road.
and get Clifford into heaven,
Yes.
then you will come with us.
Yes. But I know you're doing this for more than just my sake, so you don't have to do this for me.
Imelda, you seem like a great person.
Well, thank you.
But I'm 100% doing this for Ernest.
Oh, okay. Well, she pinches her cheek again, Ernest. She goes, "I'm so lucky you have such good friends."
Oh yeah, he like leans over and he's like, he leans over to Anderson and he's like, why are you really doing this? Are you really doing this for me?
Please don't tell Imelda, but I may have gotten into some really messed up shenanigans with your grandson.
You're gonna have to tell me about that.
I will tell you later.
Okay. And he leans back over.
She's like eating carrots, and she's like, "Okay, yep. So, no problem. I'll get everyone ready here. We'll honestly, we'll probably just move up the move. Get closer to the palace. Where exactly do we need to be?"
The hole, right, Ernest?
What?
The
Was
place,
it the hole or was it just the door?
the downstairs, right?
What?
Rosier,
What are you
Rosier knows what I'm
speaking to me
talking about. What? Give the woman directions, Rosier.
Door. Rosier?
Rosier is like trying to eat a carrot and spits it out. He did not chew it. He goes, "Oh yes, we actually located the the downstairs. It was an ancient heaven structure, and it was really only for angels. It was before the humans. It's actually completely accessible in the sewers. It's just been grated off. But the grates aren't locked because I don't know why. So you can actually just remove them. And
Well,
Imelda nods and says, "Okay, where exactly is that located?" And for sake of it, Rosier gives explicit instructions on how to reach it through the sewers.
oh, now
Um,
this guy's a sewer expert.
Rosier's like, he starts drawing with ketchup on the table. He goes, "I've been making a mental map of the sewers since we came down here. I think I've mapped about 5%. And Imelda goes, "Aw, you should speak to our map department. We've got about 45% of the sewers mapped out. And many of the rooms you should never go in. Ever.
What's up? What's in the rooms, Imelda?
Some of them. Are we done eating? This is a bit of uncomfortable speak for dinner."
What's in the rooms, Imelda?
She grimaces and she goes, "So every block down here used to be something that was alive. Sometimes they almost remember what it's like to be alive, but then they'll forget again. It's horrifying.
You guys live down here?
If you don't,"
You guys
you don't-
made your homes among the...
she like gets this far away look on her face and she goes, "Yeah, we did. It's better."
Anderson glances down at the Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul 7 book. Just... He doesn't raise his head again.
Yeah, that's the rest of your guys' night. You have a few more awkward conversations. The food gets kind of put away, dispersed. You get showered, cleaned up, and put to bed in some really comfortable beds, like piles of blankets, hand stuffed pillows. Clarissa comes by and kisses you on the forehead goodnight.
Thanks, Clarissa.
Wow.
She gives you guys a little wave and she goes, "Sweet dreams, everybody," and then leaves. And Ernest, you share Imelda's cot for the night and have a lovely, very romantic, very much needed evening of affection between the both of you.
Woo.
Woo! The next morning comes, and you have another breakfast.
Hey everyone, Max, it's me, Max, back for your regularly scheduled ad break. What is up? Thank you so much for listening to A Little Slice of Heaven, episode 6. And if you're wondering, Max, where were you last week? Well, if you're on our Discord, then you might know that we did take last week off because I had an illness in the family and had to go take care of business. So that's where I was last week. I was taking care of business. My office, this wonderful space that if you watch our videos, you know, you'd see me in every ad break and every episode, actually, now that I think about it, was being used as a makeshift sick room, which did not make it appropriate for editing. But we're back, and I'm very grateful to be here. And I'm grateful that you're here with me. If you want to keep an eye out for when we're going to get sick, hang on, wait. I can do this better. So first of all, let me tell you about the show. You know, it's available every week that we release an episode in audio form, right? Spotify, Podcast Addict. I don't know what's going on today. You're just going to have to bear with me, right? And we're also on YouTube at youtube.com/@tinpodcast. And every single week at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that we release episodes, we put out the episode first on YouTube, and it premieres live, where you can all gather around the campfire and we can talk about the episode together. It's such a nice time. I always look forward to Mondays because of it. In the YouTube description is a link to our Discord if you'd like to join a wonderful group of people and also keep up to date when I have to take a week off. So that would be really cool if you would do that. And of course, there's also patreon.com/tincast, which is our financial support for the show and keeps the show going each and every month. You guys literally pay for this content, the patrons. You make this happen. We give it out for free, the show for free, but it's not free to produce, unfortunately. We live in capitalist hell. So patreon.com/tincast is where you can support the show financially. And we have a number of wonderful tiers that I've told you about many, many times before. For $1 a month, thank you. If you want to just give us a little something, if you can, it would mean the world to us, genuinely. For $5 a month, we put your name in the video credits, as you can see here, or if you're listening, just visualize them in your head. You also get a bonus episode every single month. Last year, we released a number of wonderful specials, including Fool's Gold, which could be a season 4 pilot. And we also did I Spy, the last episode. I think the last episode of which is going to come out in just a few days at the end of February. I Spy is such a fucking delight. If you are a patron and you haven't listened to it yet, seriously, it's like four parts right now, and there's going to be a fifth. It's great, and there's so much more content. For $10 a month, you get all that good stuff, and we also thank you each and every week during this portion of the show, which is why it's time to thank Mango, Amanda Krondar, Morgan Wolbrant, Emily Laderna, Charlie Rose, and Marco Malmstrom for their continued support of the show. Thank you guys so much. This has been a longer one. I missed you guys, so, sometimes I just feel like I have to talk more to compensate for, not having this little one-on-one time that we have that I treasure so much. So, I think it's more than time to get back into the madness. I love this episode. I love A Little Slice of Heaven. I really hope you're enjoying it too. If you are, also just tell Beth. It would mean the world to Beth to know that you're enjoying this. Obviously, Beth is here and gets to, watch all this stuff anyway, but I know they'd appreciate a little love. So, We'll see you next week. Until then, stay safe, drink lots of water, and take care of yourselves, you goobers, you little silly billies.
Abel, you and Rosier are once again sort of dragged off into the crowds. There's a couple of, and sad to say, there's a couple of kids who are super excited to meet you. There's not a lot of children up here, you've noticed, or at least not down here in the sewers. And for a couple hours, as everyone else is getting ready and talking and moving, you just spend time with the people here who just care about you. People you've met, people you've never known who know about you. And again, you notice Rosier is so much happier, fully accepted. He looks like when he's up with you at the Welcome Center and it's just the both of you, he has that same glowing smile about him. Like he's finally where he needs to be. He looks over at you and he takes your hand and he says, Abel, if we really can leave this place together, would you want to go together?
Of course.
Do you want to leave?
Did you know I've never seen you so happy for so long?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Since we've been
in the sewers or with the co-op or with our friends?
All of it. There's a pressure when we're not here, and I don't think that it would be sustainable to be down with no one. That wouldn't do either of us any good. And being up there is not great. So what would I stay for?
He looks at you, and he really looks at you, and he says, I think maybe this is a bit cheesy, as you might say, but I don't really think I was ever happy until I met you. I think heaven's so different. I don't really know how to be me there. But when I'm with you, when I'm here, it doesn't really matter where I am. When I'm with you, I feel free. So I know it's wrong, but if Anderson really can detoxify me, I guess, I would love to live with you on Earth.
It's really nice there if you've never been.
I've never been, but I've seen pictures. I've heard you talk about it. I've never wanted to see someplace more than the stories you've told, the hills and the farms, the smell of weird animals, the animals themselves. I've never even seen one. I've never pet a dog.
We're gonna have a dog.
We can have 50 dogs.
That may be possible eventually, but we can start with 1 or 2.
All right, let's meet in the middle. 299 dogs.
That is not in the middle at all. Maybe if you drop the second 9 and then take 4 away from that.
29 dogs.
-4.
37 dogs?
No, 25. I think
It's
we have
20?
different math.
Yeah, our math is selected by an angel with a calendar.
Yeah, no, ours just like goes in the order that we decided, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He starts
You
like
know?
drawing some he like licks his finger and starts like kind of drawing symbols um in the against the onyx tiles. And it's just a lot of like weird glowing patterns. And he tries to say the words to you, but they just kind of sound like screeching noises.
Oh,
And he
I don't
says,
understand any of that. I'm sorry.
"Well, that's the first set. Then you have to mirror it, divide it by more screeching noises, and that's how you get
Oh,
to set number 7. And then once you're there, you and then more screeching noises." And he goes, "And that's really how you count to what you would call 1 through 10."
that's a lot.
That's
I
just
I
basic
will
math.
I will teach you the basic math that I learned. And then maybe we'll go to like a bookkeeper or something and ask if they have more books on math. And I assure you it will probably be much easier than that.
I would love to read a book about the color pink.
They might have that. They probably have that.
He kind of wipes at a weird looking tear, like it's like inky black and glittering as it kind of drops down from his eye, and he says, "That sounds perfect. Let's do it. Abel, I'm so happy. Thank you for being with me."
Of course.
He kisses you on the cheek very gently. And he's blushing. He turned like bright yellow and he just starts walking away. The rest of your party, you guys meet up. Imelda gives you some food. And says, "All right, I'm not really sure how to get back into contact easily, but um she kind of gives you a little map. Says, we're going to be moving to this room. And it's from, let's say, from where you came in at your original progress portal. It's about 3 doors down, so it's very close to where you guys first came into near Dandy's apartment. So it's a lot easier if you needed to immediately get into contact."
Yeah, you need to have a scout over by the sewer entrance by the door.
Which door?
The door that Rosier gave you the map to, and the sewers and the grates that they don't lock. And you can just...
That's right, the downstairs. Sorry. Okay, no problem. Send a scout to door.
Yeah. And just
Okay.
like, I'm talking 24-hour surveillance, because when this happens, and it's happening in the next 48 hours, so just, we might not have time to like take a whole trip back down here, gather the troops, head all the way back. So Super Scout Man needs to be able to warn you guys to get on the move.
Do you think we should just camp out in that room?
It's like directly below the palace. I don't know if that's a good idea.
You're right. That sounds like a terrible idea. Okay, no problem. We'll just be ready to go at a moment's notice. Aside from who I will be sending to the rehabilitation chamber,
What?
because that's where Clifford is going to go.
What if we get him first?
You won't.
You're right. We're not gonna have time to go to the gate. I get it. Okay. Dandy. Shit. Fuck.
Could you not just go back to her apartment?
Yeah, but she's probably gonna be like, "Where were you guys? I was so worried." You know, Dandy.
I have, not for a long time. I feel bad. I haven't even seen her. Do you think she'd still want to be my friend?
What the fuck kind of a question is that, Imelda?
A genuine one?
I
Of
think
course she would want
everyone
to.
kind of wants to be my
Obviously.
friend.
Oh, thanks, guys. Okay, well, yeah, so just, I don't know, just tell her you were mucking about the sewers. I don't know. I'm not going to be offended if you tell her about me.
Well, yeah, obviously. We're gonna tell her what a wonderful host you were.
She, like, kind of pulls out a little basket of leftovers. She's like, "Can you bring this?" I assume she's Henry, too? Her parents there?
I think it's just the two of them that live there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. She was so certain. Okay, just for 2 then. That's the case with most people, is at least 1 or 2 of your family members won't go where you go. And she hands them to you and pats you guys on the shoulder. Says, "Well, best of luck. And hopefully we see each other all again soon."
Yep. Within 48 hours. Can't stress that one enough.
I'll wait for your call. And she gives you a big kiss, Ernest, and she goes, I don't feel like I need to tell you this, but I'll say it anyway. Please be careful.
You too. And we'll see you soon. And he gives her a kiss on the cheek and a big hug.
She gives you a big hug back, and she goes, hopefully the next time I see you, I can introduce you to your son.
He like does a little dance.
Well, she feels you dance. She also dances. She starts breaking it down.
And he continues to dance as he walks away.
Great. You guys' party exits. Very much unlike your entrance. You get a hero's goodbye. People kindly pat you on the back. Anderson, a couple people give you like apologetic looks. Some people even try and put flowers in your hair if you let them.
Yeah. and
Abel,
I-
Rosier. Huh?
Oh, I give the last person who puts a flower in my head the chicken soup book back.
It's Marissa. Or I'm sorry, Clarissa. She takes in. She goes, thanks for returning this.
I don't need it anymore, Clarissa, thanks to your kindness.
She touches her heart and she goes, you're a good man, Anderson Rivers. And then she disappears into the crowd.
Fucking Clarissa.
Clarissa,
They're
gave,
best friends forever.
Clarissa gave me the therapy no one else ever gave to me. And after a bright, warm, filled few minutes, you are back in the cold emptiness, nothingness of those long onyx hallways.
Can we fast
What do you guys
travel
do?
to Dandy's
Yes.
apartment?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You make your way back through the sewers. The rave people are not raving. In fact, they seem to be all hard at work inside this Pizza Hut. Actually, a couple of them wave at you, but none of them stop, and you continue on. You exit the progress portal. You climb 42 flights of stairs,
Fuck.
and you actually bump into Dandy.
Oh, hey!
She is squatting outside of her apartment, holding her face, panting, and she looks up, moves her hand, and she is sporting the beginnings of a very black eye. She goes, oh, wow, you're home. Wow,
What
sure
happened?
Yeah, wow, I have a surprise! I have a surprise for you.
Dandy, who did that to you?
She goes, surprise, and opens the door, and then does like a flourishing motion to an empty chair and some ropes, and looks in. She goes, oh, fuck, where the fuck did she go? And then runs into the apartment.
Dandy?
This is a fucking joke, right?
Who?
This is a classic
I'm
Dandy
following
joke.
her in there.
Whose
Yeah.
chair is this?
You go into. Do you guys all go to the apartment together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what you walk in on. You go into the apartment to see Dandy with her arms up, going, "Whoa, okay, let's all just take a second now to see Atticus with a knife underneath Henry's throat." Henry, for his part, looks very bored, and he says, "Dandara, you're absolutely not allowed to have friends over ever again. This is awful." And Atticus, her eyes are wide. She looks fucking terrified. Eyes flipping between Dandy, the crowd of people that walked in, mostly to Dandy, and she goes, "You're gonna tell me where the fuck I am, or I'm just gonna stab this guy. Who even cares? You need to let me go right now."
Hey,
And Dandy's like,
Atticus. It's cool. They're with us.
she looks at you for a minute, no recognition in her eyes. And then a beat passes and her grip on the knife loosens. She goes, "Anderson?"
Yes. What? Obviously.
She drops the knife, pushes Henry, and then hobbles across the kitchen to grab you in a hug.
What
She said,
what does she
"I-"
have for a leg?
She doesn't have one.
Oh, so she's just like hopping?
Yep, she's just hopping. And she hugs you tightly, tear-filled. She looks up at you and she says, "Oh, where are we? Why is your hair white? Why is my leg gone?"
Oh. No.
What?
His hair's been white since you both got.
No,
Here.
his hair is black.
Oh.
I have never known this man to have black hair.
Fuck.
You don't know him very well then.
I've known him quite well for the past 1-ish days.
She gives you a shake and says, "Did you dye your hair? Please tell me what's happening. I don't even know where we are."
No, of course not. Shot in the dark. I'm just spitballing here. What's the last thing you remember, Atticus? Would it happen to be a party with a very fun French man in attendance.
She blinks some more tears out of her eyes and says, "No, it's." She looks around at everyone. "Saying goodbye to you at the hospital before I went to town for the job, which I am gonna finish. I promise.
No!
Please don't make me come back. I'm gonna do it. I promise."
I want to turn towards Ernest and Abel, and I say, you guys might hear some really bad things about me, and I just want to let you know in advance that was a very dark time in my life.
Oh man, I get it.
Happens
Yeah, be
to
like
us.
that. You're good.
Anderson, what are you talking about?
Hey, I give her a hug and I say, it's okay, Atticus.
Is it
I think we gotta burn this fucking place to the ground, though.
this building?
No, there are people who live here.
She gives you a dirty look and she goes, "I'm not talking to you."
No,
My
Atticus.
apologies.
Heaven.
What?
We're gonna burn heaven to the ground.
Are we dead?
Oh my god. This is bad. This is like 2019.
Gives you a really, really scared look and says, "Yes, March 2019. Anderson, did you hit your head? How are you walking? You couldn't even walk the last time I saw you. What happened to your hair?
I got fucking old, Atticus. You did too.
My hair's always been white." And she kind of pushes back from you a little bit and she says, Are you actually my brother? What is this?"
I turn to Dandy and I say, you didn't tell her?
Dandy is putting an ice pack on her eye and she goes, "I tried to tell her. She punched me. So I do apologize for this. I knocked her out and I brought her back here because Abner," she gives Atticus a really, really strangled look and says, "Abner succeeded in waking up Sammy and said he didn't need Atticus anymore. So I brought her here before he changed his mind." And she goes, "But takes you by the shoulder and starts dragging you kind of out of the room a little bit. Atticus freaks the fuck out and tries to follow you just to kind of fall over. She goes, sorry, I'll just be a second." And then takes you over into a corner and says, "Anderson, I don't know how to put this nicely. Whatever Abner took from your sister, he put into Sammy."
It's fine. We just gotta get it back.
Yes. I also, in actual good news, I found the phone. It works. It only calls hell, but it works.
Maybe that will be enough. Ernest said that his friend owns a business, though, right? Is it a hell business?
Ernest, by the way,
Yeah.
she kind of does like a little flourish and taps a box near the door, and the box kind of clicks open to reveal a basic looking rotary phone. She said, "Yeah, I stole the phone."
You took the phone?
Shit.
"Yeah, he was so distracted. I thought this would be the best way for us. It only calls hell. That's not going to do us any good. So, I figured we could go take it to the room downstairs and see what happens. I also got your sister back. That's like half the job.
Yeah, thank you,
I
Dandy.
think that's actually literally half the job, unfortunately.
No, the plans changed. Plans changed, Dandy.
The plans again. What happened? What happened?
Okay, real quick. I've already done. All right, Rosier, we gotta make him into a little human boy. We gotta boyify that angel, and then we do actually have to change time after we figure out when Clifford Hawthorne dies.
Who's Clifford Hawthorne?
It's Ernest's son.
You have a son?
Yeah, I guess so.
She
I
picks you up
didn't
and does a
know.
little. Picks you up and does a dance. She's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! I'm an auntie! Oh my god! Oh, I wonder if Adelaide." No, probably not. I wish our kid. I don't think our kids got to grow up together. That's so sad, Ernest.
Yeah. Oh, wait. And he like pulls up the basket that Imelda sent, and he's like, "Imelda told me to bring this for you." And
You
Henry.
found Imelda?
Yeah, we found Imelda. Yeah, that's another part of the story that we're gonna get to.
Is she shoveling the food in her mouth?
Yep. There you go.
It's so good.
It's homemade. She made it.
Taste it. These carrots are so weird looking, but they taste so good. Anyway, I'm sorry, please. Okay, so we're changing time. Clifford, okay?
Right. Yeah, because Imelda's not going to come with us unless we get Clifford. So we have to get Clifford to get Imelda. And then we got to steal the Solinator to go to Creation to make Rosier a real boy.
Could also use it to take whatever Sammy has out of him to put back into Atticus.
A good point, and that's why you're on the team, Dandara.
Dandy, just call me Dandy, please.
Right. So, steal Solinator. Oh, God, I have like a whole checklist, and I keep adding shit to it. All right, Rob, Sammy. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck is right. I looks uncomfortable deeply. I've never said this about someone before, but he should not exist.
Well, in
That
huh? No, go ahead. No, finish.
they call a lot of people. I immediately just forgot the word I was going to use. Fuck.
Wrong.
Abominations.
Mm.
That is the first one I've ever met that truly fit the term.
Yeah.
Absolutely pitiable creature.
Well, in 48 hours, it's gonna join a horde of probably like 1 billion Sammys. So let's focus on getting everyone we know and love out.
All right, tell me what I want. Tell me what I need to do. Find your sister's leg. Couldn't find that. Did look for it though.
Thanks. I have no idea where the fuck that is. What do we need to do? What do we need to do? What's next? What's next? Warwick is next.
Okay, so you need to talk to Warwick.
Yes.
I can get you a meeting.
Great. Like, just really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a perk.
Finally.
It's not really a perk, but in this sense it is. I have to warn you. Warwick is very much like Abner, but like 10 times more full of themselves.
That's an incredible amount.
It is. He's an incredible creature. There's no one else quite like him.
Wow.
He is appointment only, and you do have to be connected to someone in the palace to even get an appointment. He's that kind of angel.
Great. Well, the sooner, the better.
No problem. I just have to go back to work. Again.
Yeah,
Okay.
great. So if you can get back and then get over here quick. I don't even think we have anything to do in the meantime now, do we?
Henry pipes up and goes, yeah, you have to get your sister off of me. And Atticus is like strangling him again with the knife. And she goes, I seriously want to know what's happening.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to stab this guy for
oh,
sure.
Fuck. I run back over and I'm like, I'm sorry for anything she says too. 2019 was a rough time for her too.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. Didn't you say you weren't from 2030 something?
Man, and I gave my
30 something
chicken soup book back. This would have been the perfect time for a learning moment for you, Atticus. Okay.
What?
Just super quick. Sorry. It's not you. It's just I'm really hoping we're going to fix this quick. Hi, Anderson from 2033. Haha, we had kids. It's great. Super fun. Plan went wrong. Plan went bad, actually. Got married.
What?
Got kicked out for 7 years. You were in sand for 3 years. Then a lot of stuff. If you hear the word Sammy sucks. Don't worry too much about. And these are my new good friends, Ernest and Abel. Ernest and Abel, this is Atticus. 2019.
It's nice to meet you.
Whoa.
Just staring at you, Anderson, boggled, with her mouth slack-jawed. She says, you had a kid?
3.
You have 3 kids?
You have
With
2.
who? I have kids? I don't have kids.
You're right, you don't have kids. Anyway, I married Rose. You met Rose yet? She's great. Oh man. Yeah, if you were like actually still down there, it'd probably be like 3 days before you met her. Crazy stuff.
Kind of curls up on the floor.
Yeah, listen, I get it. We're gonna fix it though. We're gonna fix
You
it.
hear Atticus say, Anderson, Anderson.
Yeah.
But the Atticus in front of you didn't say anything. Anderson, please help me.
I'm trying.
In the back of your mind, and that is where we'll end this. I hope it's not 45 minutes. I don't know.
This was an hour.
Hooray! Okay, thank God.